It's time to go crazy for another edition of Sports Jam. We'll flip for a big late season gymnastics meet in Hawaii. Or maybe it's Golden Valley. I don't want to be a pirate. Not much more to say here, so we'll drum up another edition of the Jam next. Welcome to Sports Jam. I'm John Jacobson.
And I'm Jay Wilcox. Ahead today, we'll talk playoff hockey with the Wayzata girls as they look to get back to state. Plus, in our Sports Jam Spotlight, meet the latest inductees into the Osseo High School Athletic Hall of Fame.
Up first, though, boys hockey. Still very tough. The Section 5A boys hockey tournament will be lacking one of the usual challengers this season. That's because Benilde St. Margaret's has moved up to Class AA. Benilde meeting Totino Grace in a good matchup at Columbia Arena, the final year of that rink. First period, the Red Knights take advantage of the turnover. Thomas McCarthy with the goal, 1-0 Benilde. Eagles flip the puck to the center ice, and Benilde can't control it. The defenseman there loses it. Noel McDonald scores on the breakaway for Grace, tying it at 1. That's the score after a period. Second period, this time it's the Red Knights turning it over in their own zone. Brady Borer scores on the rebound chance, and the Eagles go in front 2-1. Later, it's Tyler Zura with a nice move into the Benilde zone. He'll score from the slot, and the Eagles go up 3-1. Totino Grace leads at 3-2 after 2 periods. And Eagles goalie Jack Reese makes that lead stand up in the third. Totino Grace sneaks past Benilde St. Margaret's. 3-2 is the final.
I think it's a great win. We played pretty well. We were moving the puck well, and we had a couple good chances to put away, and we did.
Two teams who will battle Grace in Section 5 met up Thursday, too. The Breck Mustangs on their home ice to face St. Louis Park. First period, and Park's Ryan Johnson picks up the loose puck and beats Michael Briggs with the shot to put the Orioles on the scoreboard first. Second period now, and Breck's Andy Indereden centering to Jordan Fulton, but goalie Josh Swartout makes the big stop on one of Breck's best chances. Park's Tyler Peterson does a nice job keeping the puck in. He goes top shelf to score on the power play to put Park up 2-0 late in the second. In the third, it looks like Joe Raycamp will score here, but the referee says no. The net was off, no goal, and it stays 2-0. And the Mustangs can't figure out the Orioles' Swartout all night. Fulton, a great goal scorer, denied here. Swartout posts the shutout as Park wins it over Breck 2-0. Also in boys hockey, Champlin Park meeting Blaine. First period, the Rebels trying to clear their zone, but Ricky Doriat keeps it in. Joe Baudette with a great deflection scoring for the Bengals as they lead it 2-0 against Paul Bailey's team. Second period, Champlin Park's Brandon Brodhag beats Bengals goalie Scott Jaeger, and it's 3-2 Blaine at this point. The Bengals answer that goal, though. Great effort by Ben Lynch to Josh Simi, a blind pass to Mike Shaber for the goal. That makes it 4-2, and the Bengals add another to lead 5-2 through 2. But the Rebels come back strong in the third. Brodhag using a screen in front to beat Jaeger for a power play goal. That makes it 5-4. Then down 6-4. Brodhag will come from behind the net, and he sneaks in a shot from a bad angle to pull the Rebels within 6-5. But Blaine hangs on for their 13th straight win, edging Champlin Park 7-6.
The recent snow added a little winter-like feel for local Nordic skiers. At the Northwest Ribbon Conference meet, the Anoka girls edged Maple Grove for the title. Coon Rapids is third, followed by Elk River and Osseo. Park Center is seventh, and Champlin Park eighth. Coon Rapids edges Elk River by the slimmest of margins on the boys' side, with Osseo finishing third. Park Center places fifth, with Champlin Park seventh and Maple Grove eighth.
We're now into the final week of the regular season in prep wrestling. After years of domination by Osseo in their series with Park Center, the Pirates have turned the tables in the last couple of years. The teams meeting Friday. Osseo does control the lower weights. Derek Haberman gets near fall points here on his way to a technical fall over Carl Lottman at 125 pounds. The Orioles' Kashmir Hagborn scores a bit of an upset at 130. He gets the reversal and near fall against Alex Vosberg of Park Center. Hagborn pulls out a 9-5 win as Osseo wins 5 of the first 6 matches to lead 21-4. But Park Center takes control. Robert Dowd breaks open a close match to beat Cody Burbach 17-9, 140 pounds. And then Zach Westerman locks the cradle on to pin Joe Olkives at 145 pounds. The momentum continues for Park Center as James Sims records the pin against Jake Burbach. 3 straight wins, and Park Center's within 21-20. And they'll take the lead for good on Justin Miller's pin. The Pirates win the last 8 matches to roll to a 45-21 victory.
Coming out and pinning my guy again this year, senior year, just excited. Last home meet of Osseo, so a big thing.
Breck's Luau Invitational brings a tropical theme to midwinter Minnesota. The annual gymnastics meet brings together some good teams, too. 10 schools at the event, including Armstrong Cooper. This is Armstrong's Emma Clark on the uneven bars. She scored a 9.15 for her bar routine. To the vault, Maple Grove's Ashley Kratke. She scores a 9.475 here on what turns out to be a great day for her team. Now to the floor exercise, Jordan Helgren of Wayzata scored a 9.4. Best for her team as the Trojans finished 3rd in the meet. Back to the vault, where Breck's Carmen Lindale was the Mustangs' best, scoring a 9.525. Good lid there. Onto the floor, Armstrong's Alicia Rue scores an 8.8. Armstrong Cooper finishes 4th on a pretty strong field. Maple Grove set a new school record for points in a dual mate win Thursday against Centennial, and they broke that record 2 days later. Haley Gouch scored a 9.7 on the bars as the Crimson break the 151-point barrier. As we look at the final team scores, Maple Grove with 151.125, almost 8 points better than runner-up Cambridge Isanti. Wayzata finishes 3rd just behind the Blue Jackets, with Armstrong 4th and Breck 7th. Maple Grove's Sarah Overley wins the all-around with a score of 37.9. Quite a performance there by Maple Grove.
And it's always a meet that I know the girls enjoy, too, getting a chance to dress up a little bit there. Stay with us. Up next on Sports Jam, some great battles in girls hoops. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Under Ray Finley, Breck's girls basketball team hasn't been afraid to schedule non-conference games against bigger schools.
Friday's game certainly fit that bill. A packed gym at Breck as the Mustangs host Minneapolis South, ranked second in Class 4A. Kelly Jo Mulaney hits a three for Breck here. The Mustangs race out to an early 18-3 lead on the unbeaten Tigers. South comes back before halftime though. Candace Butler hits a big three as the Tigers cut the lead to 5 by halftime. And South will start the second half on a 7-0 run. Butler passing into Kizwana McLeod. The Tigers lead 29-27. She scores 10 in the game. Breck shoots very well from the field in this one. Mulaney giving to Megan Givens for the three. Breck up by 6. Late in the second half, tied at 48. And Givens will get the ball back after inbounding. She drills a three from the corner. Breck goes up by 3. Down 1 in the final seconds. Last opportunity for South. 3 chances at the hoop, and Hannah Cheese will grab the rebound and score the hoop while being fouled with 1/10 of a second to go. She makes the free throw, and the Tigers lead 57-55. But watch this final shot. Givens with a 3/4 court heave, and she sinks it, but it comes after the buzzer. It's immediately waved off. No doubt the right call. A great finish as South beats Breck 57-55.
Both Armstrong and Wayzata have struggled at times to pick up victories in girls basketball this winter. Each team was looking for its first Classic Lake win of the season Friday. The Falcons playing at home for just the 6th time this season. Wayzata's Katie Kokenauer tied a state record last Tuesday by making 10 3-pointers in one game. She started this game with a 3-2 but finished with just 9 points on the night. Kat Myers with a 3 here for Wayzata, one of 6 the Trojans made in the first half as they hold the lead. Steph Luback gives a nice pass in the paint to Rachel Gunderson for the layup. Gunderson, one of 3 Falcons to score in double figures. And here's another. Megan Shea with the steal in the backcourt and layup just before halftime, cutting Wayzata's lead to 5 at the break. Second half, Wayzata's Kelly Rush grabs an offensive rebound and drives and scores 2 of her 15 points as the Trojans stay in front. The Falcons will stay close throughout, though. Nicole Dewar, the perfect lob to Lubeck, who scored 11 points in the game for the Falcons. But the Trojans were perfect from the free throw line in the second half, making all 12 of their attempts. Wayzata beats the Falcons 58-54.
In the MCAA Conference, 6th-ranked West Lutheran of Plymouth hosting Meadow Creek. Second half, Meadow Creek's Abby Tom hits the jumper and is fouled. The Saints go up by 9. But Nathan Beach and West Lutheran make a nice comeback. Caitlin Seichter drives and dishes to Abby Maxson underneath for the basket to pull the Warriors back within 3. Kirsten Hansen spots Autumn Beasley cutting to the basket. She scores 2 of her 16 points, and West Lutheran goes up by 4. And the Warriors hit some key free throws late. West Lutheran stays in first in the MCAA with a 46-42 win. With the shrunken Classic Lake, the Wayzata boys basketball team didn't have its conference opener until Friday night. The Trojans on their home court to take on Armstrong in this one. And the Falcons' Joe Keeley kicks it out to Brian Hosfield, who knocks down the jumper. It's the start of a good game for Hosfield. Wayzata ties it up on a long 3 from Chris Taylor, who leads the Trojans with 17, and they lead for much of the first half in this one. Hosfield will send it over to Carter Bewin for the 3. Armstrong takes a 2-point lead into the halftime break, 33-31. On to second half action. Armstrong in the break. Hosfield with a return pass to Alex Rubin for the layup. The Falcons go up by 4. Nick Roca firing from the corner. His foot on the line, though. It's a long 2 that pulls Wayzata to within 4 points late. But Armstrong pulls away. Hosfield a nice assist to Rubin. The Falcons score a 71-58 win.
It was huge. We actually lost to Wayzata twice last year, so we had that going for us. We really wanted to win, and also we had a bad loss to Hopkins, so that made us 0-1 in the conference, so this was a huge win for us.
It's been a roller coaster ride for Champlin Park's boys basketball team. Youth basketball night at Champlin Park as the Rebels hosted Park Center. Jamal Khan attacks them, sets up Luis Perez with a great bounce pass. Perez has fouled 2, and the Pirates up 22-10. The Rebels move the ball around well on this possession. 4 different players touch it as Travis Meyer finishes the play with a 3. It's 26-24 Park Center at the half. Second half, Champlin Park's Dan Witt with a good effort to get free on the baseline, where he hits a tough 15-footer. but still the Rebels trail. Perez keeps possession for the Pirates at half court and then gives it up to Ramel Prince for the baseline, Jay. Park Center up 52-44, still in the lead. They led most of the way. But the Rebels will come back late with a final push. Pat Mengelko gives them the lead for good with this basket. Champlin Park rallies to beat Park Center 62-58. Ian adapted for hockey. The Maple Grove 79ers hosting the Wayzata Minnetonka Lakers in the CI Division game. 79ers get the early lead. Chris Ring slipping the backhander in. Start of a big game for him. Maple Grove stretches the advantage later. Ryan Wilson fires the long shot home. Doug Anderson and the 79ers take a 3-0 lead after the first period. Second period, Charlie Duffney fans on the shot, but Ring gets it and picks his target to score. That one makes it 5-1 79ers. The Lakers make a comeback. Brock Lambert to Alec Kelsey for the one-timer, and it's a 5-3 game. And they'll close the gap more here as Kelsey takes it off the wall and then slides the shot home. They're within 6-5. But the 79ers restore a 2-goal edge on a goal by Ring, and they win it by a final count of 8-6.
And John, getting back to basketball, congratulations are in order to Ken Novak Jr.
Yeah, the Hopkins coach won his 500th game on Friday. Great job for him, and it hasn't seemed like he's been coaching that long. I guess he has been 20 years, but that's still pretty good to get 500 wins.
Yeah, he's had certainly a great career. Well, stay tuned. Coming up in our Sports Jam Spotlight, find out what it means to be a Hall of Famer for recent inductees at a local high school. That's next in our Sports Jam Spotlight.
Over the years, Osseo has had some successful athletic programs.
Well, the school recently held its annual Hall of Fame ceremony honoring some former standouts, and Drew Keogh joins us now with more on that.
Yeah, 4 new inductees into the class this year, dating back to the 1960s. This past week, I spent some time with the 4 newest members of the Osseo High School Hall of Fame, finding out what they enjoyed most about their high school days and what it means to be inducted.
Steve Luer, state cross-country champion in 1994 and 1995, and Osseo graduate of 1996.
Ty Fredericks, 4-time state champion for wrestling from Osseo, class of 1995.
My name is Mary Jo Palmer. I was the Athena Award winner in 1980, and I was a 1980 high school graduate.
Brad Olson, class at Osseo of 1969. Claim to fame, perhaps in basketball, the first District 16 championship ever in the history of the school in 1969. It was a good feeling.
It was hours of practice and years of dedication that turned into success for the newest members of the Osseo Hall of Fame. Back in 1995, Steve Luer won his second consecutive state cross-country meet in dramatic fashion.
Being a part of something like that, it's a lot of fun. I mean, knowing that you're a part of something that's, it's bigger than you. It was there many years before you, and it continues to get even better with each year afterwards. And being able to help build that sort of tradition, and like you said, this fan support, being able to help build that.
Also during the mid-90s, Ty Fredericks was working on a 135-15-1 record en route to 4 consecutive state titles on the mat.
The best thing about it is it's an education more than anything. And I think what I'd tell them is, what you do now is going to prepare you and mold you to who you're going to be in the future.
In the late 70s, Mary Jo Engels was a tennis player and part of a state gymnastics team, as well as Osceo's 1980 Athena Award winner.
I was pretty honored. I mean, at first, when I got the phone call, it took them a while to track me down, but my mom had called me and told me when I was at work one day, and I was kind of shocked. And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, wow, that's, pretty neat that they kind of still remembered me and remembered other athletes from prior years.
Like I say, this was the first time that Osseo was ever in the region tournament.
It was basketball and golf that kept Brad Olson busy as an Oriole, a state golfer and part of the first district champion Osseo basketball team. Being part of the Hall of Fame celebration brought back some good memories.
I started to just think back and remember some of the guys I played with. That's what was really special. And then a few people came out of the woodwork and spoke to me that I hadn't seen for a long, long time. And those conversations were very enjoyable.
It was a special night for the inductees, looking back on their accomplishments as a full gymnasium acknowledged their success and contributions to the Osseo athletic program.
It meant a lot. I mean, just having something like that at any level, high school, college, professional level, being voted into Hall of Fame is just, it's a great honor. It shows you that what you did, what you worked for, really meant a lot, not just to you, but to the school, to the community.
It meant a lot to me for a couple of reasons. I think I told you my father passed away. And it meant a lot to me because he was a huge influence on my wrestling. And, just kind of, I think if he would have been there and he probably was watching, I think it probably would have even meant more to him because we kind of had that type of relationship. But it meant a lot to me, too. It just was almost kind of like reliving old memories.
A lot may have changed over the years, including video and picture quality. But one thing that has not changed over the years is what it takes to be a standout athlete.
Go out for something because it's fun. And if it isn't fun, then you're out for the wrong reason.
You're working really hard. I wasn't the most gifted athlete, and I had to really work hard, but I guess it was the dedication and the hard work.
I think we're all just dedicated, really dedicated to the sport, and every day we worked hard to try and achieve our goals.
If you have fun, winning will take care of itself, the success will take care of itself. Having fun with what you do is probably more important than the results of what comes out of it.
Steve Luer is now a coach and teacher at Rogers. After 5 years on the Gophers wrestling team, Ty Fredericks graduated from the University of Minnesota and is now a coach for the High Flyers, a program his father started. Brad Olson has held various coaching positions and still teaches at Park Center, and Mary Jo Engels became Mary Jo Palmer after she married her high school sweetheart, another Osseo graduate. Sports Jam returns in a moment.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. The girls hockey playoffs start later this week, and although they haven't seeded yet, the playoffs in Section 6 figure to be very tough. And we're joined by a couple of captains from the Wayzata Trojans, Christina Lee and Nicole Armbruster. And you got to the state tournament last year, Christina, and obviously a big goal again, but it's not going to be easy to get through this field, is it?
No, it's going to be really tough. You know, all the teams have improved, and we are hoping we've improved too, so hopefully we'll get back there and have another nice run in it, but we're concentrating on the sections right now. So,
as we speak, the sections have not been seeded, but the way it looks, probably looking at a number 3 seed. Is that the way you guys figure it too?
Yep, we're thinking number 3 because we lost to both Eden Prairie and Benilde, so hopefully that will get that number 3 spot. But you know, Edina or Hopkins might sneak up on us too, so hopefully we'll get that number 3 spot.
Well, Nicole, you had to work some new players into the lineup this year, obviously, and you faced a very tough schedule, but how are you feeling overall about the way the regular season went?
We're pretty confident and happy about the regular season. We're just really coming together as a team at the end of the season here, and it's really great to see, and we're really confident about going into sections and just want to play our best.
Does it feel like right now that you've kind of picked the game up a notch? It seems like at playoff time you really have to do that. Are you feeling like your team has?
Definitely. We've come together a lot over the past couple weeks, and the girls have all improved greatly, and we're working together a lot more as a team now, and we're definitely ready for sections, picking it up and working on the little things.
Christine, we kind of touched on it. You have actually faced most of the best teams in your section already during the regular season, and does that give you a better feeling heading into a possible matchup with the team to at least know what they're like? I mean, obviously they'll know what you're like too, but
Yeah, I think it does kind of give us an edge over some of the other teams in our section, because we have had such a hard schedule with playing a lot of section teams that we kind of have an edge on, you know, how the teams play and how they'll come out. So hopefully we'll take advantage of that.
what part of the game is most important for your team? If you could pick out a crucial thing that you have to do to win this section.
Probably concentrate on the defensive zone. We have probably a couple pretty good lines that can score, but we need to play a little more defense and, you know, defense before offense, we always say. So.
Nicole, how about the playoff experience you gained last year? Is it going to show up now for the players who are on the team? Does it really make a difference to know what it's like?
I think so. The returning players are definitely excited for playoffs. That feeling last year was amazing, beating Eden Prairie in overtime. And I think there are still a lot of remnants of those memories. And going into playoffs, we're really excited about it and have a great opportunity here. And I think especially the returning players are ready to grasp it. So.
All right, congratulations on a very good regular season, and good luck in the playoffs. It's going to be a great tournament, I know that.
Yeah, thank you.
Christina Lee and Nicole Armbruster, captains for the Wayzata girls hockey team. Stay tuned, Sports Jam will return in just a moment.
You too can be on the winning team. Score one for the environment. The next time you need a new rechargeable battery or cell phone, make sure you recycle the old one. It's easy, so get in the game.
Our game of the week is a Classic Lake boys hockey matchup. Armstrong hosts Hopkins Thursday night at New Hope Arena. Watch the replay Sunday at 7:30 p.m. here on Channel 12.
And that will about do it for this week's show.
Next week, postseason girls hockey will be underway, and we'll have the highlights. See you next time here on Sports Jam.